If I could go back 30 years and start my trading journey over, knowing what I know now, there are a lot of things I would do differently. I'm Raghi Horner and I've been trading for over 3 decades, but my first few years were kind of tough. I made thousands of dollars, lost thousands of dollars, and I spent thousands of dollars making every mistake possible. But those painful lessons taught me what actually works. Today, I'm sharing exactly what I would do if I had to start from zero. No experience, just someone with a regular job wanting to learn trading the right way. So if I were starting over and very new to trading, I'd spend 1 to 3 months grinding it out in a demo account, building my strategy, journaling every trade, and proving to myself that I can follow my rules religiously. Then I'd open a small live account, $5,000 to $7,500, to experience the real money emotions and prove that I can handle them. Once I'm consistently profitable for at least 3 months, it is then time to add more capital to my account and trade more contracts. When I was introduced to trading over 35 years ago, I approached it with a strong commitment to educating myself. In active trading, where you put your money to work for you, going slow is almost always the best choice. But hang on, because if you did what I did next, you're going to waste years of your life. And that is trying to learn on your own or taking generic courses. This is the fast track to losing money and time and confidence. Believe me, I've done it. I spent years spending thousands of dollars on random ideas, including infomercial courses and mail order courses, and I repeated the same error over and over because no one was there to correct me. When you try to figure everything out by yourself, you're basically trading blind. You don't know which strategies actually work. You don't know which concepts are the right ones or how to avoid the mistakes that every single beginner trader makes. And even if the strategies are neatly packaged inside of an online course, mastering trading goes far beyond simply watching a set of videos. Trading is psychological warfare with yourself. That's why you need someone who can notice when you're hesitating, over trading, revenge trading, sizing too big, or falling into emotional patterns that you don't even see. A course cannot call out your blind spots. A course cannot stop you from blowing up an account when fear or greed kick in. And information alone is not enough. It's the guidance and the feedback from someone who makes a living from trading that makes the difference. If I could start over, I would find a mentor right away. Someone who's been through it all and actually knows what works today. But you need to be careful here. Not everyone calling themselves a trading expert actually is one. Look for live trading proof, recorded sessions where they're actually executing trades, managing risk, building watch lists, and handling losses. And make sure their expertise actually matches what you want to trade. If you want to trade futures, don't learn from someone who only trades stocks. All right, you've got the money and the guidance of a mentor. Wonderful. What's next? You need to commit to this next crucial step like your life depends on it. Don't disregard fake money. It's there for a reason. It's going to teach you the habits, the mindset, and the tech skills of order entry that will later protect your capital. And done correctly, it's one of the most valuable parts of your trading journey and the reason some traders level up while other traders stay stuck forever. To do this, I make sure I follow a 5-step framework. First, a Sunday ritual. Every Sunday, I'd sit down and I'd review every losing trade from that week. And I'd ask myself, what went wrong? Did I break my rules? Was my stop loss too tight? And then I'd write down exactly how I felt during the trade. What was the emotion that took over? Was I anxious? Was I greedy? Those emotions are the real reason you're losing money, not the market. I mark rule breaking trades in red. You need to see your patterns. You need to see where you keep sabotaging yourself. Second, I'd study the winners. I'd ask myself these 3 questions. What made that trade special? What did I do right? What was the setup? And also look at the risk reward ratio. If your strategy says you should be targeting a 3-to-1 risk reward or a 2-to-1 risk reward, but you keep closing winners at 1-to-1 or less, that's fear stealing your profits. The third one is something that most traders would never do. I'd create a folder of my best setups, screenshots of perfect trades that meet all my criteria, and then I'd review them before every trading session. This way you can train your eye to what to recognize, what looks right. Fourth is journaling, but keep it really simple. Make it a simple journal. Date, entry, exit, profit or loss, and what the setup was. And most importantly, how did you feel when you got in, when you took your profit? Monitor that as well. And that's it. Do not overcomplicate it. The fifth step, on the first Sunday of every month, I do a deep dive. This is where I review everything. Use this time to look for patterns. Maybe you're overtrading. Maybe your stops are not set correctly. Maybe you're taking profits too early. Maybe at less than 1-to-1. We all have our own demons in trading. The aim is to find the biggest leak that's sinking your account and set yourself up to fix it for the next month. One leak at a time. I find it hilarious that most traders skip this step altogether and they wonder why they're not improving. The data does not lie. And if you play in the demo phase properly, it will tell you what you need to fix. So you're tracking everything, analyzing your trades, and building your core A+ setup library. But if your head's in the wrong place, none of this is going to matter. So what's the wrong place? The wrong place is you're trading to make money when you should be trading to master the process. Here's how I rewire my brain. First, celebrate losses when you followed the rules. I know that sounds crazy, but hear me out. If you take a stop when you're supposed to, or let your winners run to your target, the money takes care of itself. A loss that follows your rules becomes a good trade. And a winner where you broke your rules is actually a very, very bad trade. I once made $5,000 breaking my rules and I celebrated it like an idiot. The next week, I lost $10,000 doing the same undisciplined, stupid trade. That $5,000 win almost cost me everything. The point is to detach from constantly watching your P&L. If you don't, you'll cut your winners too early out of fear, or you'll hold on to losers hoping they'll come back. Second, study market structure. Before entering a trade, understand what the market is actually doing. Look across multiple symbols. Find the best trend, then find confluence. Here is how that would work. Is the symbol in an uptrend? You see that prices pull back to a key support zone and you spot a bullish inside candle forming right at that level with higher volume. 3 Qs, 1 story. Buyers are stepping in. That is confluence. Compare that to taking some random setup with no context and no real setup. That is gambling. When everything lines up, you're taking a high probability trade instead of gambling for a quick buck. Mastering this analysis is the real edge. With this framework, you stop chasing profit and instead you learn the rhythm of the market so your process produces consistent trades. Third, let the market speak to you. The market doesn't care about your bills or your goals. Your job is to observe and react according to your rules. Having this in the back of your mind shifts the focus dramatically to doing the right thing, not making money in the moment. Fourth, the daily process checklist. Every morning I'd analyze the market structure and identify A+ setups. What could trigger? Have a watch list. And I'd plan entries and stops once the price starts to behave in the way that my plan expects it to. Then during my trading, I'd only take those planned setups from the predetermined watch list. Then every evening, I'd ask myself one question. Did I follow my rules? Not, did I make money? Profits are a byproduct of the process, not the goal. After 30+ years, I can tell you with certainty that the success in trading requires these non negotiables. Learn from someone who can prove their results. We all need a guide. Obsessive journaling is essential as it allows you to track your habits and prioritize process over profits. And for those of you who are ready to accelerate progress with mentorship from someone who has actually lived the journey with all of its ups and downs, my live trading room might be just what you need. Within months from now, you could have mastered one of the most profitable skills on earth. Alternatively, you can continue trying on your own and see where that leads you. If you're ready to invest in yourself and want to see the exact market structure patterns I use every day to identify high probability setups, be sure to register for my free upcoming live training session, which will be held on January 15th at 7 p.m. Eastern. See the registration link below. And thanks for watching.